Hi everyone, this is Ed at CEA Study Abroad, Site Specialist for France. In this video I'll be walking you through creating a Campus France account, step 1 in the visa process for all destinations French. Now, Campus France functions as a kind of national database for the French government so they can keep track of all the foreign students studying in France at any given time. This step in the process is necessary to receive a document which you will print out later and take to your French visa appointment. So what we're looking at right here is the home page for Campus France. What we'll want to do is look over here on the right hand side of the page. There are two blue buttons that say Pastel. We'll want to click the Register for Pastel button to begin the process. Now normally we would be looking at some text fields right here that are rows, but in this case this blank page indicates that the internet browser we're using is incompatible with Campus France's website. At the moment I'm using Internet Explorer and I find that it never works with the website. I would recommend using Firefox or Chrome instead. So we'll open up Chrome and we'll go back to the website. Again, the address is usa.campusfrance.org and we'll click on the Register for Pastel button again. This time we can see the text fields that we're missing on the Internet Explorer page. So the first thing they'll want from us is an email address. I've made one for this guide, so I'll type in Victor Hugo the Great at gmail.com. And we'll need to repeat that. Next they'll want our last name and our first name. Now we need to create a password for this website, and it's a little picky. I've found that all you really need is to include a capital letter and a number of some sort, but it doesn't appear that you need a special character. So for this one, I'll make one up. We'll go with La Tour Eiffel. We'll go with capital L-A-T-O-U-R 3-I-F-F-3-L. We'll put that in again. Next, type in the capture image to validate that you're a human. We'll click validate. Okay, so here we have a message in French telling us that they've received our request to create an account. They'll send a message to the email address that we registered with. So I'm going to go check my Gmail inbox, and there it is right there in French. So we'll open that email, and we should see a link here which will register our account. So we'll click that. It'll take us back to Campus France, and now we can really begin the process. So the first thing we'll want to do is to retype our password. So again, for this, that was capital L-A-T-O-U-R 3-I-F-F-3-L. We'll put it in once more. Alright, now over here on the left, we'll want to choose a title, Mr. for me. We've already got our name filled in, gender, male. Your birth date, and keep in mind that because this is a French website, all dates need to be entered in this format right here where you'll put the day first and then the month and then the year. So we'll put in 2602, we'll make up a year, 1985. Want the place where you were born, so in this case I'll go with my hometown of Austin. Our country of birth is the United States, nationality is the United States. Here we need to pick a form of ID. We can go with a driver's license or a passport number. I'll choose driver's license here and just put a number in for now. At the moment we'll go with single. Over here they'll want our permanent address. Now if you plan on visiting the consulate where your university is, you'll want to put your university's address here now. You won't be able to come back and change this later, and normally you can only go to the consulate that covers your permanent address. However, if you check on some of their websites, they will say that you can go to the French consulate that has jurisdiction over where you study. So just decide now whether you'll want to go to the one where your university is or the one where your house is located. For now, I'm just going to put our address here in Arizona, so we're in Phoenix, and that's going to be 85018, and our address is 2999 North 44th Street. Next, we'll need a telephone number, so we can put our area code in first. That'll be 480 for us. and then we'll go with 557-7900. We'll want the rest of this process to be in English, so we'll choose that as our primary language. And they just want us to answer which general domain our studies fall in, so since we're a study abroad company, I'll go with social studies. You can ignore these two boxes here unless you'd like to receive spam from them. We'll click validate. And now we've been given a reference number. You will want to write this down because it's not easy to retrieve and there's no way to reset your password currently with the Campus France website. You'll need this number dealing with anything to do with Campus France. So once you've written that down, we'll continue by clicking Se connecter right here. And now we're kind of in our home page of our account for Campus France. All you really need to worry about is over here under the blue My File section, we'll fill out the form by clicking Campus France Form right here. And what we're primarily concerned with are these tabs right here in the middle of the page. The first tab we'll want to complete is our education right here. We'll start by filling out this pink field with our year that we graduated high school, so for me that was 2009. You can ignore all of the stuff in white right here. Next, it'll want us to upload some documents for our post-secondary studies. So we'll click that little plus button, and we're going to choose post-secondary. The school year would be your current year, so we'll choose 2014 right now. The country would be where your university is located. The province, of course, would be your state. So we'll go with Arizona, Phoenix. Actually, for this guide, so I can fill it out, I'll fill out my university. So I went to school in Texas, and I went to school in another city. I went to school at Texas A&M University, but I found that the Campus France form doesn't like special characters, so it won't accept the ampersand sign if you have that in your university name. You can just use letters for the university. Type of institution was public, and we can ignore this box regarding our report card. So here, the next thing we'll choose is which year of school we're in. I'm just going to go with 4th year right now since I'm out of school. Again, we'll want to choose our current school year. We can fill out our grade level, but you can actually ignore all of this bit since it's in white. All you should really be concerned with right here is whether your school operates on a semester, a trimester, or a quarter system. Most universities will be semesters, so I'm going to choose 2 semesters right here. Now this part of the process is probably the worst bit because we need to upload some transcripts as proof. However, unfortunately, we can only choose to upload bitmap, JPEG, or GIF files, not PDF, for some reason known only to the French government. So we're going to need to actually choose our combo letter from our My CEA account. We'll ignore this right now, go to My CEA account. So on your page right here, if you click the acceptance confirmation packet link, you should see the first link up here says combo letter. That will generate a PDF in your web browser of the letter that we send you as a proof of your enrollment in our program. Now, we're going to need to take a screenshot of this page to turn it into a JPEG or a GIF. So what we'll first need to do is zoom out enough so that we can see the entire first page of the letter. It's okay if it's a little bit small as long as you can see the entire letter. Next, we're going to press the print screen button on our keyboard to take a screenshot of the image. We're going to open up a new Word document or a new Paint file, and I'm going to push Ctrl V to paste that image in here. Now the image itself is too large to upload as it is, so we do need to crop it. So we'll center the letter in the middle of the page, and we'll choose the crop tool and just drag it across the white part of the page. Once that's highlighted, push Ctrl C to copy that. We can push Ctrl N to open a new document, and we'll push Ctrl V once more to paste that in. And you can adjust the edges of the letters so that it fits better. So now we have the first page of our combo letter. We'll want to save that as, I'm going to go with a JPEG for this guide. You want to put it somewhere handy like the desktop. So for now I'll just call this page 1, save it. Now we do need to go back and do this for the second page of the letter, so we'll scroll down, make sure that it's centered again, and then we'll push print screen once more, We'll go back into Paint and open a new document. We'll push Ctrl V to paste it in. Center that on the page just like the first one. Choose the crop tool and select only the white part of the letter. Once that's highlighted, push Ctrl C to copy it. Push Ctrl N to open a new Paint file, and Ctrl V once more to paste it. And now we can save this as a JPEG as well. And we'll make sure it's in the same place as the first one. We'll call this one page 2. Alright, so now we can go back to the Campus France website, and we can click that plus button again to bring this up. We'll choose our file from where we saved it on the desktop, so I'll scroll down to page 1, and this field is just how you want to name the document in your Campus France account. We'll click validate. So page 1 is uploaded. We'll do the same thing for page 2. Name that page 2. Click validate. Now the worst bit of the process is done. We'll want to make sure to click save here to complete this tab. It's angry at us again because it wants us to fill out the year we graduated high school, so click validate to save that. Alright, now we can move on to the linguistic skills tab. Here, if you've stayed in France for an extended period before, you'll want to fill this part out. However, if you've only been there on vacation with your family, you can safely ignore it. Similarly, most of you will not have taken any sort of French language proficiency test, but if you want to and you've completed the DELF or the DALF, you can add that here. For now, we're really only concerned with these 3 rows fields. So the first question asks us whether any of our high school classes were taught in French. If you studied French in high school, you can click yes. And if you've studied French, you'll click yes. How many hours have you taken? I'm fluent in French, so I'll go with more than 1,000 hours, but it's really just a rough estimate. Next, how long have you been studying French? I've been speaking it for half my life, so I'm going to choose 4 years or more, but you can choose the appropriate amount of time. You'll choose your level. You'll choose the country where you learned it. Probably you'll put where you studied it at university. So again, we'll fill out our school's information. I need to choose Texas since that's what we did on the first page. Alright, and here most of you can choose that English is your first language. If you're a foreign student applying through Campus France, you can fill this out similarly to the part above. For now, we'll just choose first language and click validate. Next, we'll move on to the goals page. This page looks like it would be a lot of work, but it's actually very simple. First, we can ignore having to upload a photo. For the section that says resume, they don't need anything detailed. You could upload a resume by clicking the pencil here, but all they really want is just a couple of lines regarding your previous jobs. So for now, I work at CEA, so we'll start with the most recent one as well as a couple of dates. Started here in June up to the present. Before this, I worked at Blizzard. And before that, I was at a restaurant. You don't have to be terribly detailed here as long as you have some text in this field. The next field is your study goal or research goals. This is just a couple of sentences about why you want to study in France. It could be as simple as, I want to improve my French. You could also add, I want to make French friends and experience French culture. Nothing really detailed, just a couple of simple sentences. Next, for your professional plans, just a couple of thoughts about what you think you'd like to do afterward. Perhaps you want to be an interpreter or a teacher, so we can say, I would like to be an interpreter at the EU or the World Health Organization. And secondly, your goals. Why do you want to study in France? It's just a slight reiteration of what you've put here, so we can elaborate just a little bit and say, I want to take classes with French students and expand my network in France. I also want to become fluent in French. And the last field is white, so we can ignore that. And lastly, we'll click on the Validation of My Files Campus France Form tab. Now, pay attention here because we cannot edit anything after we finish this section of the process. We want to make sure that every box right here says complete. If any of these say incomplete, you'll need to go back to the appropriate tab up here and finish that section of it. Since all of them say complete right now, we can safely click validate. That'll give us a message that says your Campus France form has been submitted and accepted. You can no longer modify it. You can go back and view it, but you can't change any of the information, so do be sure that it's all correct before you click validate. Now, we're pretty much done with the Campus France application process, but we're not completely finished with it altogether. You do need to send in a money order, not a personal check, for $100, and it should be made out to all capital letters MCUFEU. You'll also want to make a photocopy of that same money order, and you'll need a printed copy of the combo letter that we accessed earlier. It's the same one that we needed to take screenshots of to upload as a proof of enrollment. You'll put all of those documents in an envelope and mail it to Campus France USA, French Embassy, 4101 Reservoir Road, Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20007. Now, keep in mind that none of the communication that Campus France sends you will come to your email address. Therefore, in the coming month, you need to come back to this account regularly and look here under My Mailbox. In the tab that says List of Received Messages, you'll receive little emails from Campus France. Keep an eye out here for a message that tells you that they have received your money order and your application. At some point, you will receive a message that explicitly states you should print this message out and take it to your French visa appointment. Once you have that message, you are safely done with the whole Campus France process. Now that this is done, you have one major obstacle out of the way on your way to studying abroad in France. And if you have any questions about the process at all, don't hesitate to reach out to your site specialist. We're here to help you through it, and I hope this video has been helpful. Thanks for watching.